I'm sorry?
A loop machine, or can I? Is it possible to? Do you have to buy a looping machine to make loops, or is it possible to find
Smartphone?
Smartphone.
I have a GarageBand. You know, if you want me to show you, this is like the greatest thing. Well, it's an amateur program, but the greatest thing about it is that it's an amateur program. It's meant for amateurs to be able to use.
Yeah.
But it's a. I mean, the Beatles would have died to have this kind of a recording studio in here. You know, it's but you know, for $5 you can get this.
But it's on Mac.
Yeah.
Or is it not for Windows?
Yeah, it's only for iOS devices. Yeah. Yeah, but there is, if you want to get for a Windows laptop, there's a program called Mixcraft. Now it's got these like amp models and stuff, and you could. I don't have my connectors. I have like it's called an iRig. It's an interface where I can plug my guitar in and it goes straight in. So, but what we can do, like
No, just asking if there exists something we don't. You know?
Oh, for what? For practicing?
No, just for me or
recording, writing.
Yeah, playing around.
Yeah. Like this is what I do like for my students. Like we're doing that Steely Dan song Peg. He was playing the guitar part. I was playing some of the melodies. You know, so I made a backing track for him. The bass drum is just there to keep the beat. And I could take out, the parts in and out. Like there's his part. But like all the artificial parts, like the drum loops and everything that it has in there, you can speed up, slow down, or whatever. But let's say, okay, I'm going to create a new song or something, and we'll just do microphone, audio recorder.
Okay.
So if we want to record, it's going to have the metronome in there, but I could do it with like a microphone and headphone. Right, so I could go in here, and I guess I could shorten that, edit it, hit loop, and then boom. I didn't splice it right.
It's okay, but
anyway, it's very easy to line up, though. I just messed it up. Yeah, that's it. All right. I'm gonna open this. Get some air.
Yeah.
I get hot and sweaty, especially with this.
Yeah, I understand.
You were about to ask?
Do you know any good book for learning?
No.
No.
I don't think it exists.
Yeah.
For learning how to play the guitar, I think. You can do. Go onto YouTube. There's a lot of great, free guitar lesson stuff. Much better to learn that way. I think if you want to learn songs, like let's say, like what's a song you want to learn?
What's an easy song? I don't know. I have a special question first. I looked up on YouTube a horse with no name.
Okay.
But I don't understand the strumming a little bit. There's something I don't understand.
That song is not a good guitar song to. I mean, I wouldn't. teach it to any students, you know.
Yeah.
Well, the guitar part, and it's a great song,
Yeah.
but the guitar part is really boring. It's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
But
But the rhythm, I don't understand. There is a pause, a break, and I don't understand.
I mean, A Horse with No Name, right? What's that? Neil Young?
I don't know.
America.
America,
I'm not sure if it's A Horse with No Name or A Horse with No Name. All right, let's see if
yeah.
this
It is.
Does that sound about right? I mean, the rhythm is very mechanical, but
Yeah, this is sounds not so good.
you hear this version. This is that sounds a little bit better. That's pretty much the guitar part. It's just two chords all the way through.
Yeah, I know. And then it changed a little bit.
Very little.
Yeah, this was good for learning, but the strumming I didn't.
You want to talk about strumming patterns?
First, I would like to know how in with your guitar, with you playing, what's the difference if when you play boring, I mean in a technical way, and then with feeling, is how do you know the difference? Because you do just don't, but it sounds different. Is that the inner? Is this? Is this the projection?
Just, I'm listening. In terms of the way it sounds, well, I think the rhythm basically. Can you hold that for a second? I think rhythm comes from movement, a natural movement. So if you.
Then you have to play clean. That's
Well,
of course, but the feeling. How do you get a feeling into electrical stuff?
in terms of like a strumming, like.
Also, just notes. I mean, just single stuff.
Yeah. I can stand stuff.
This guitar is not so.
Yeah, it's firewood. Anyway, so I'm not sure if I quite understand what you mean as far as.
I mean, two people, both hypothetically, can play in very well in a technical way, but the one person just has what, more feeling or what? What
More expressiveness, maybe.
Yeah, but what's the difference? Is it the way he or she plays, or it's the feeling, the projection?
I think there's absolutely no simple answer to that question.
Of course.
I think that's a I think that's a question that can't even be answered in words. Okay.
No, therefore I asked you if you can play in a very not expressive way or not feeling way, and then if you can, and then in a very If this is possible.
Well, generally, whenever I play,
because this I can train right from this first.
Yeah. I mean, generally, my approach, I will say to students, okay, now make it sound like this.
Mm-hmm.
Play it like this. If you're doing, if we're going back to the way we. You know, very mechanical, right? It's about, I try to make it as mechanical. Now, if you watch my arm, you know, it looks mechanical. Now, I'm going to make it, now if you think, like when you're dancing, you know, you could dance expressively or you could dance mechanically, right? So if now I'm going to make my hands move like it's dancing expressively, like the way.
Yeah, everything is smooth.
Generally, I always say to students, you know, I don't say relax. I never say that.
Now you have to have a little bit of tension. It's always in between.
Well,
Not
that's a given whether you want it or not. But I'll never say relax because it's kind of like the dentist saying relax. You know, the dentist, you know, is operating on your tooth and he tells you to relax. You're just going to tighten up because that's the wrong thing to say. You know.
Okay.
So you know, if I were the dentist, you know, I would distract the patient. You know, I would say, you know, imagine, you know, look up at, you know, when they have TVs. You know, like at the dentist's office, you feel a lot less pain because your mind is on the TV instead. You know, so it's like you're focusing on something else. So, you know, what a lot of times I'll say things that are a distraction. Like I'll tell a student, okay, play that quieter. All of a sudden they're like, sounds much better because they're relaxed. Does that kind of answer your question, kind of? Sort of?
Yes, or I heard telling a story. I mean, when you play, you are telling a story. With
the music. With the music. Yeah, I mean.
For example. It
but
depends
that's very interpretive, yeah.
Yeah, it depends what you're playing, of course.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, generally, I just, you know, I'd say, okay, make it sound like this, you know, make it sound, you know, relax your hand, you know, the hand should look very natural. And another thing I also say is, okay, I want you to make it look easy. I don't care if it's easy, just make it look easy. And then it'll sound a lot better.
But also, I think the involvement is important to make it sound good.
What do you mean?
If you go into the feelings when you play.
I mean, you can. Yeah, I mean, that can happen. You know,
It can happen.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do. If it's you know, if you're playing, I think somebody's music and you're trying to emulate a sound of somebody else, you know, the way they played it, you know, it's a different thing than if like you're making up a solo, and then you know you just do what you feel like expressing at the moment. You know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. It's difficult, I know. I thought that maybe there would be a more easier answer, but it's just.
Yeah, I don't.
But I understand,
so.
of course.
Yeah.
But it's not only technique. If somebody sounds good, until a certain level, okay, but then it's something more.
Yeah. Yes and no. It can be, but you could. I mean, it's also how the audience reacts too. You know how they feel. I mean, because you could fake it. You could hate a song, and still play it well. Right.
Yeah, if you can, of course.
Yeah. I think,
But for example, Chuck Berry plays so well because he has long fingers but something more.
Chuck Berry? I mean, I don't think his fingers matter at all. The guy's so talented. He would be. He's phenomenal. He's born to play guitar. I mean, some of these guys, I mean, you got to understand that they pick up a guitar and they're self-taught, and within 6 months they sound good. I mean, they sound really good.
This is my goal.
You know, I mean, they're just that talented. You know, they just pick it up so fast. They're just meant to fly.
Mhm.
And you know, then there's normal people. You know that work. You know, have to work at it. But, well, did you want to do some other plan? Did you say
Yeah.
you want to do some exercises or
Yeah.
some other
Let's
things?
do it.
Do you want to plug in, or should I mean I could, you know, I guess we can plug in. I just pack up the cables. You okay? All our cables are taken, except for the other two.
You can.
You know, I mean, I just packed them up. I was going to use the cables that we had laying around. I'll get it out. I do want to plug into that in. I think we can both plug in. Where are my cables? You know, I think someone took my cables.
Have you left them here?
Yeah, I did leave the cables here.
So we just.
Oh wait, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't. Someone came in here while I was gone. And I put my backpack up there, and I don't know, it fell out on its own. Oh, internet cables are in here. Yeah, no, they are.
What zodiac sign do you have?
I'm sorry?
What zodiac sign? When is your
Taurus.
birthday?
Taurus. I'm a Taurus. Yeah. Why?
And you know your ascendant?
My what?
The ascendant, the sign which you have always two signs. I mean,
I know nothing about
yeah,
this stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking there was a cable here.
Oops. No, we are.
Oops. Careful.
All right, you wanna, yeah, plug in. All right, cool. Alrighty, so what do you want to do? You want to work on some left-hand stuff? I know we haven't covered any left-hand, right? Exercises. Have you done any exercises? Left hand?
Yeah, this stuff. The
Oh, okay, good. Show me something. Play me. Uh-oh. Use the paper.
Yes, I'm sorry. I am not. Okay, I just need to know which one. First one I do. Is that there? Okay. Okay, no.
Okay, you're right on. The whole world's watching.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, cool. So let's try this. We'll exercise all the fingers. We'll play. You're gonna go first fret, second, third, fourth, and go all the way up. First position. Okay, stop. Try this. Move your fingers down while you play for a second.
Not completely.
Well, try it completely first.
Why is this so weird for me?
Maybe it should go on that leg. Yeah. You don't cross your other leg. Put the other leg. Yeah. Is that not much better? Yeah, try it again and leave all the fingers down. I'll tell you why in a minute. You know what?
Because I can then.
No. If the frets are too big here, you want to do it up here. That's fine. If you want to start there, whatever's most comfortable.
Okay.
I would. Let's work with. Leave them down. Leave them down. No, leave them down. Leave them down. Stop. Start again. Go really slowly. I'll stop you every time you pick up. Now, is this very comfortable here? You can move up if you want. Find the most comfortable place. Good. Don't pick up. Rest your right hand, you'll find the string easier. Yeah, rest that hand, you'll find it easier. Is that helping you when you're resting?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. So we didn't go down yet. Yeah. It's a little bit.
But
Okay.
this is a good. Yeah.
It looks like your fingernails are hitting the guitar, especially your second finger.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably not very comfortable.
Mhm.
You know, that'll stop you from pushing down easily.
Mhm.
You know, so I would recommend, you know, definitely cutting the nail. If my rule is if it can be cut, it's too long. If there's anything that can be cut,
Okay.
it will get in the way. You know, it's no,
No.
eventually, you know,
I know.
it's fine. Yeah, it's a hard lesson, you know, to learn. For all my guitar students.
For also the men.
Yeah, I mean, well, my teach mostly boys, but they want to deal with anything else, you know.
Ah, okay. This way. I thought all.
Most kids these days can't even cut their own nails. At least in the U.S. Boy, it's bad. That's right. Now.
I thought the women would not like to cut.
No, they hate it. Yeah, that's it. But okay, so let me tell you why I had you do this. The first time you did this, going up, you were doing this. You were putting down. Sorry, you were picking up a finger before, and that's a very bad idea.
Because then I don't know where I am.
Number one, yeah. And a more important reason is that you're killing your legato.
Okay.
Right? There's no connection. Right? So, I mean, legato is very important for a number of reasons. One is that it sounds good. Number one. Number two is that it makes sure that your hands are in sync. So when this hand is picking, boom, that hand goes down, that finger goes down. And if you are not in sync with your hands, you'll never be able to play fast. So, I will be right back. I have to use the bathroom. So, why don't you practice that for a couple minutes here? I'll be right back. That looks great. How does it feel? Looks a lot better. Generally, you know,
And just a question. And the finger can be trained to be more.
yeah, I can give you some exercises for that. But a suggestion that I would make is whenever you're playing something, if it's too much of a stretch, bring it up higher. And as open strings, do you know what a capo is? You have a capo? I have one here. I bought it in case of my flamenco guitar lessons.
Ah, okay, capodaster.
Yeah, the capo, yeah. Because then it shrinks your guitar. And what you do is you put the capo on and then you run here.
Yeah, okay.
And then what happens, and I make all my guitar students get a capo. Because when they learn it correctly, it's kind of like wearing the correct shoe size.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm teaching you how to run and you've got shoes that are that much too big, you're going to be wobbly. You're not going to learn how to run correctly. You're not going to have good technique. So if you have the good technique and you do it right there,
that makes sense. And then I will stretch. Yeah.
You know what? And I've had students where they're capoing on the 7th fret. That's the only place they can play it 1 week, and they practice it all week long perfectly. Everything's good. Take the capo off, and boom, they just have it.
Right.
It's like a magical. And I've been using.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I've been using a capo to teach for at least 10 years, if not more. 10, 12 years I've been using capo. It's a magical device for teaching. For me, I found.
Great. That's nice. I like to have suggestions like that.
Okay, good.
On different levels, on different.
There's so many components, to the guitar. It's it's definitely one of the most complicated instruments there are to teach. You know, like you play the piano, you get the note perfect the first lesson.
Trumpet?
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, and that's about the lips. You know, but yeah, I mean,
All these horns and
yeah, French horn. You know, it's very complicated. But in terms of the if we think of this as a palette of colors, I mean, we could do more on this instrument than everything else I think combined. In terms of the different sounds that you can get. Than an organ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, way more because
Because
you bring in the pedals, you bring in the electric,
Okay,
harmonics.
okay.
There's slapping the guitar, the muting. I mean. We could argue this, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the point is that, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, sure.
That's the only point I wanted to make. Yeah. So let's work the other way now. We're gonna go back down.
You are here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Slow down, son. Some of the notes are not clean. Rest your hand. Rest your hand. Just rest it. Cool. Sure. Stop. Place your fingers on one thing. When you place your fingers, land as close as you can to what is the middle. Like if that was the Earth, that would be the equator. Land on the equator of the top of that pinky. All of them. Careful. Yeah, there you go. This finger will be different. The first finger will lay flatter like this, because it could do a lot more, and it naturally will do that more than. Yeah, you don't want to do that so much with that finger. So the other three, the other three fingers. Yeah, I wouldn't. I really worry about the first finger because that's the most coordinated. Lift your thumb up a little bit higher. Yeah. So we're straightening out your wrist now. Right. So in terms of building up the technique, the way to build technique is to make it as easy as possible. It's got to be easy, and if it's easy, as it gets easier, and it's easy for you to do, then you're ready to go faster.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So that's basically, I mean, you could do all sorts of variations. You could do so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do just three fingers. 1, 2, 4. Do different rhythms and stuff.
Yeah.
Generally, what I don't do when I do technique, when I do I'll warm up. And I like to warm up with technique. I usually, I like to put a drum machine on, then I start making up riffs. And I always try to make music first. Because this is boring, this is stupid. Yeah. So, but I don't want to have to teach you a musical thing to teach you a technique. I just want to teach you how the fingers go. Because that gets very boring. Very very easily. So you get actually. Get this drum machine out. This is an app called Drum Beats. I might do something. It's almost either too slow or too fast, but I would find a better speed And I would just do do my warm-ups like that, and just make up things that sound interesting and stuff, and to do different rhythms and stuff. Because the last thing you want to be when you're playing is bored, because then you kind of I mean, that's not why we chose to play this thing, right? It's for the fun. Do you want to work on any other techniques, left-hand techniques, hammer-ons, pull-offs, kind of thing? Let's work on hammer-ons for a second, for a few minutes. Do you know what hammer-ons and pull-offs are? Slurs on the guitar? Okay.
Some yes, some no.
Okay, so the idea, well, we're going to start off. We're going to start on the first string. This is a technique called pull-off. This is a slur. So you're going to pluck a note, and then you're going to pluck a note with this finger, like that. Good. Now do it in time. Good. Now try to make it really smooth, so it's a very legato, very smooth, no spaces in between. What you have to do, you have to pluck and put that finger down at the same time. No, you're not doing the technique right. Yeah, that's right. It was when you're going back. Right. Good. That sounds much better. Okay, try the next finger. Good. Next finger. Good. Next finger. Now, I mean, the next step, like let's say you have those skills. There's another thing you could do at hammer-ons, pull-offs, and stuff. It makes it a different expressive vehicle, to do. But first I would just get really good ones. You don't have to go fast yet, but eventually you want to build it up so it's very even and good sounding. Yeah, don't go fast yet. Don't go fast. You don't have permission. So, but yeah, work on it slow, work on it so that it sounds good. Always make it sound like music. Now let's see this. We're going to go to 6th string. I picked the 1st string for pull-offs. It's the easiest string. The fattest target, wait a second, is the 6th string. The reason why I'm picking the fattest target is because it's the easiest one to hit. So the 6th string, what you're going to do is you're going to do a hammer like this. Right. And hit harder. That was good. Try the next one. Yeah, this looks really good. And try the pinky. It might be the hardest one. Nice. Right. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. You have a very good, nice curve. Make it look easy. Another good thing to do is to practice in front of a mirror. Just to make sure and look at yourself and always ask yourself, does it look like I'm making it look easy? And generally, if someone asks me, how do I know if my technique is good? And the simplest answer is, you make it look easy. And if you make it look easy, your technique is good. In the simplest, manner and everything, because generally the easier you make it look, the easier it is to play. The easier it is to play, the more you're going to enjoy it. The faster you're going to get learning and stuff.
And
Did you want to talk about?
This is not really.
Yeah, we're not ready to combine fingers. I wouldn't try. But let's try one. Let's try just 2 fingers and the 2 easiest. We'll go on the 6th string and do this. Play jaws. Notice I'm avoiding the 1st fret. Did you notice that I'm not using the 1st fret? 1st fret's the hardest fret to play on because the tension up there. Yeah, so that's why I'm starting all these on the 2nd fret. So what it is, play the 2nd fret. Now you're going to use the 2nd finger and hammer it like that. Correct. Good. Keep going. Make sure you hit nice and hard. I like the way you're hitting. It's a nice hammer, nice and hard. Sounds great. The tone is really nice, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now this is gonna be a little bit harder. Let's go back to the 1st string. We'll do a pull off, and you go for the 2nd finger. Then you're gonna pull off to the 1.
So.
Cool. That's beautiful. Beautiful sound. I like it. Very good quality.
What's the difficulty?
Try it on the 2nd string.
Okay, here, yes. Okay.
Yeah. Stick to the 1st string. Yeah. Don't even try it. The reason why, we started on the 1st string is that it'll teach you how to do it correctly. And because, going on. Yeah, that's it. When you use these 2 strings, it's like walking on a sidewalk. When you use these 4 strings, it's like walking in the middle of the road and not getting hit by a car. So there's a lot more room for error. So if you learn how to do it effortlessly with, starting with that really well, then it becomes, it's just, always start with success. And
That's good.
Yeah. Don't I always say to students, if they play something and 3 times in a row they can't play it, I say 3 strikes, it's out. New approach. Let's do something different. Either do it slower or do a shorter version of it, fewer notes. It's got to be success all the way, all the time. Otherwise, you're wasting your time.
And that's a pull off. This was a pull off.
Yeah.
And this hammering is hammering.
Yeah, hammer on. Yeah.
Hammer on.
Hammer on. Yeah. Yeah, and those are purely guitar terms for slurs. Yeah. Guitarists have their own language.
Of course, everything on.
Well, the funny thing about guitarists is that they have no understanding of the language of other musicians.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sort of. But don't worry about it. We don't need to get into that because I'm not gonna like the snow on the video. So. Do you want to do some strumming? You said you were asked questions about strumming. Like how do I strum nice?
This was with of course.
Play for me. Play some strumming. Simple chords, even if it's just one chord. We'll talk about
This
strumming.
one from.
Okay, stop. First thing about strumming, don't rest your hand. Don't rest your hand. The hand needs to move freely. Yeah, now you'll have your freedom. Okay, now, were you strumming a song, like a beat kind of pattern, rhythm kind of pattern. Okay, stop. Try to do this. A little bit more motion, especially think of my motion is like opening a doorknob. Do a little bit more of that. Stop for a second. Put your hand straight out like this. Now open the door, close the door, open, close, open, close, open, close. Keep going. Yeah, this is something you could do off the guitar. You know, you could do this while you're like sitting on the bus. Yeah, the thing is, it's a combination of arm. Yes, that looks great. That looks much better, you know, than what you were doing, and it will sound better if you do. Yes.
Why is this?
Raise your thumb up. Raise your thumb up higher. Okay, now try. I think the first string is too low. The action is too low. The guitar is buzzing. I don't think it's you. Or it might be your. Let go of it. Let's see what's happening. Let go. Okay, so that was that first finger was touching. Yeah, yeah. You know what? It's your fingernails.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah. Yes. It's way too long. Yeah. So you have to cut it. Yeah. So forget that chord for now. We'll play. Do you know the G chord? You don't have to worry about the fingernails on the G chord so much. Yeah. Try that. Good. That's much better. Let's try. We're going to try a pattern. This is like the most common strum pattern in rock, folk, everything. Okay. It's gonna. I'm gonna break it down. So we, you know, it's gonna be this. It goes down, down, up, down. I'll break it down for you. So try this. Go down, down, up. Go back to the G chord. Nice, easy chord. And get rid of the second finger. I mean, sorry. Get rid of the first finger. See this? Yeah. I like the voicing without this B here. I think. Let's listen to this voicing. Now listen to it without it. The other one sounds like it's got like a lot of junk in the bottom. Yeah, this one frees it up. It responds more to the natural overtone series. Yeah, it's better sounding G. And you can. Yeah, because you have the B right here. You don't need it. You don't need to double the B. You know. Hardly. In almost any rock or any professional musician that you see, you watch them play the G chord, it's never this. Hardly ever. I mean, it's always in the guitar books. Yeah. All the guitar books have it. It's never used. Hardly ever used. It's a myth. It's a total myth. It doesn't sound good. It just does not sound good. Versus so much cleaner. You know, and clean sound projects. Mud sound, it will not make you sound louder. It will make you sound mushy, and that's good. So anyway, little thing on the G chord. So okay, so do this. Go down, down, up. Good. Now we could add another up. It goes down, down, up, up. Good. One more. It goes down, down, up, down. Beautiful. Now we're going to loop it. Keep going, keep going. Turn your wrist, make it natural movement. Yes. Good. Try to, yeah, keep moving that wrist. As soon as you started moving it a lot, it's for you, that especially works a lot better. Because you don't have much arm motion in your playing, so you need to compensate with the wrist. The wrist looks really nice. Yeah. Go for it. Don't think about it, just do it. Don't think. Do it. Yes. Now, when you go up, turn, scoop up a little bit more. It's okay. Don't look at it. Don't think about it. Just go down. So check it out. It's a natural movement. It's like a window wiper, going back and forth. Gank, 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 gank. As soon as you interrupt the flow, this is what I call flow. Like the hand just flowing, the rhythm is changed. The rhythm is messed up. So you don't want to do that. Just let it flow. If you miss one, just keep going.
No, I do.
That was perfect. That was right. It was right. Nice. Keep it flowing. You're not flowing. No. Keep the hand moving. Don't relax. I know I was going to say never say relax, but in this case, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say relax. Play quiet. Keep it flowing. That's it. Okay, good. Stop. So you hear how musical that is? It's got a natural flow to it. The rhythm, like the emphasis, is in the right place, right? It makes sense. It sounds like it's flowing, and that's what you want. That's why I had you, strum a certain way. It wasn't down, 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 down. It wasn't down. It had the two ups for a very important reason. That's where they landed rhythmically. There's that natural. That's where they landed. So it's rhythm. The word rhythm. It's more about what you do between the notes than the actual notes. It's how you prepare the next note. So make sense? Yeah. Cool. You're doing great. Anything else you want to do? Or?
Everything.
Everything.
Whatever. But if you want to stop.
No. It's up to you. I mean, if you feel like you're full, You want to try another?
Give it to me.
Let me go through some ideas. Maybe.
In between, I go to the toilet.
Okay.
Bathroom.
Get this loaded up. This is my thought that you should learn. You should do this song. You know that one? You can play that one?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
I cannot play. I know it.
Okay, let me hear it.
No, I cannot do it.
Oh, you can? Okay.
But of course I know it. It's from what song? Smoke.
Smoke on the Water. Yeah. Deep Purple. it would be very easy. But you don't know how to play it, right?
No.
Okay. It would be a great song to learn. It would be very easy to learn. Actually, you know what? Before we do the 2 songs, we'll do this one. The objective is to be able to play 2 strings at the same time with the pick very well. Okay, so check this out. You know this.
That's it? Wow. Yes.
Total genius. Yeah. Led Zeppelin songs are some of the most complicated sounding simple songs ever written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's everywhere. Also, I actually, I'm a creative person, but I think colors and so on was colors and music, yeah. And as a child, I understood then everything you have to make it easy, like in mathematics. Mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
The easiest formula, the more beautiful it is, and
Simpler. Yeah.
and the simpler.
Yeah.
Also pictures.
It's
Make
good.
it simple, and then it
I think it's a good metaphor for life, right?
of course.
So, anyway, so what you're going to do is play these 2 middle strings. Yeah, rest your right hand. Definitely rest. Okay, so, yeah, good. Now, it's always going to be open on the 4th string, and then on the 3rd string, we go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Only the third, not the second third.
3rd string. Yeah, turn it up just a little. It's cool, right? Your volume control. Suggestion. Always do it with the pinky. Well, hold your pick, because, why? Of course, you can play, and yeah. And, to me, one of the most important parts of your instrument is the smell right there. Because you could do, what you can do, just, put on the gain. It's beautiful. It's like a cello.
Yeah.
If you learn how to use it, yeah. And so it's but anyway, let's get back to this. Yeah, that's cool. But for now, just worry about resting your hand. Good. Up 1. Up another.
But how do you stop like this?
Oh, we'll do that next. Yeah, okay, go for it. Yeah, so I understand. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah. Stop. Yes. Stop. There's no 6. It's 7. It skips the 6. Yeah, and it only does it once. So what happens, is it goes 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's the first time.
Then the second is 7.
Second time, it turns into a loop, and it goes like this. It goes 7, 7, 7, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Loops.
Yeah.
So that it's one of those songs where the first time it's different, very common, in songs. Let's try it. Yeah.
I'm playing like Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page, yes, Kashmir. This this is perhaps their greatest song. I mean, many people think this is their masterpiece. I happen to think it's their masterpiece.
I like. Of course.
I mean, there's so many. It's hard to choose, but this one, it's their great big orchestration. I think that's my least favorite. But anyway, so
Yeah,
that's another
it
story.
was played too often.
Yeah, oh yeah, sure.
But I'm not in the scene, so okay. But,
Yeah, no, it's a pretty song. It's beautiful.
yeah, but
No doubt. Yeah. Go for it.
okay.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. You're skipping too much. It's 2 2 2 2 2 2 3 3 3 3 3 3 2. Okay.
And my arrow was what?
You did this.
You asked me more. And what's right? Ah, okay.
Stop. Okay, now here's the loop. 7 7 7 2 2 2. Now 3. 2 threes. 2 3.
Yes, sir.
That's the only one that's different. Yeah. Start from the 7. 7.
So,
7 7 7 2 2 2 3 3 3 3 3 3 4 4 4 4
this,
4 4 5 5 5 5 5 5. The only one that changes is the first one. Okay. The first time it goes 2 2 2 2 2 2. Second time 7 7 7 2 2 2.
yeah, but always 2 times.
No, it's only the first time. It goes 7 7 7 2 2 2.
Yeah.
That's it. Getting closer. There you go. Yep. Start from the 7 again. You know that old joke, why was 6 afraid of 7?
Yes, because 7, 8, 6,
No, because 7, 8, 9.
8, 9, like this, yeah. Yeah, this is.
Alright, anyway.
So
Close
this
enough.
way.
Okay, so start from the 7.
This is 5 and this is 7. Mhm.
2 2 2 3. Good. 4.
And then
Okay, keep going. No.
this was 6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah. So, this is 3/4 time against the 4/4 drum beat. Count 3. Count 3. Count 3. 1, 2, 3. So.
Okay, that's the
And it's cool. 3 against 4. Yeah, they have a lot of mixed meter kinds of things, you know.
Therefore, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I actually don't like rock so much because it's boring.
There's so much interesting rock.
Okay,
that,
now,
could
okay.
turn you on to. But Led Zeppelin being one of them. Steely Dan, you like Steely Dan?
I like one song. I just started to listen to him. Turn
Them,
it on. No, do it again.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorite bands. Yeah, I mean that's they are the jazz rock
Okay.
band. Yeah.
And this is what song from Led Zeppelin?
Kashmir.
Kashmir.
Yeah.
I'm still again.
Yeah, we're not ready for Steely Dan, that's for sure.
Of course. But
You know, a story behind Steely Dan is, well, I can't tell you in front of the video camera about the name of the band, but I could tell you the last 2, you can look that one up, the last 2 albums
they hired 20 of the best top studio musicians in the United States to record all the parts. So they hired 20 guitarists, 20 drummers, 20, everybody and everything. They recorded each person, and they picked the best one out of each one. And they didn't tell any of the musicians who was playing on the album until the day it was released. And some of the people that got beat out, like Brecker Brothers, or something like all these top jazz cats, and a lot of them, got beat out against each other. It's just like phenomenal. If you listen to the musicianship, the playing, I mean, there's nothing like it, practically as far as from a technical standpoint, other than the fact that the music is so well crafted. I think, in my opinion, the only band that stands up technically, to them is I don't know if you like Queen. Yeah, I mean, those guys are good. Those guys, I mean, if you hear them live, they sound just as good live as they did on the studio. Granted, they didn't have all the overdubs and everything, but like Freddie Mercury never sang it out of tune.
I loved it when I heard most of it when I was 16, 17.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
That's interesting rock. That's
Yeah.
amazing rock. But, Brian May is just one of my favorite guitarists. I love his sound, the way his guitar sounds. To me, that's like the pinnacle of sound, of audio, of rock guitar.
And it's just the because he plays like this, or he knows what to do with the electric stuff.
I would say 90% is in the fingers, and then 10% is in the equipment. Yeah, he plays. He plays. I was talking to Jane about the AC30. That's like that's the sound. The Box AC30. To me that's like my favorite amp sound.
Is this is this I don't know the word in English. The technique, because there are amps, I think like this, and amps the older ones with Röhren.
The tubes, you mean?
Too.
This is a tube amp. This is an old style. This
And this what you like? That what you like is not tube.
Oh, of course, tubes. Yeah.
They are better, warmer.
For the most part, yeah, but there are good solid state amps now too that sound just like tube amps. I mean, tube amp is like the amp that you compare to. It's like if you say that this sounds like a tube amp, you're giving it a compliment. So it's basically generally solid state amps are cheap. This is a nice solid state amp for cleaning for jazz, but the distortion is and I just double checked it again. I was just playing around with it. The distortion is pretty awful. But you can cut some pedals into it. Probably too easy to set this.
No. Just
Yeah.
now. I have this Roland Cube 60.
Oh, they're great. The little one. Yeah. I like them. I like as far as digital amps go. They make a nice, real nice small digital.
I just asked the guy in one guy, not Heinz, but another, Mitch Martin, and which would he recommend? And he said Roland Cube 60.
Yeah, for little inexpensive amps, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, know that. And another company is Orange. They just recently started making a bunch of really small, like they actually have one that's this big, and it's a tube amp. It's got a little 12AX7 tube, just a preamp tube in it. It sounds well, you have to buy a CAD for it, so a little speaker cabinet is like $250.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a little thing, and it's a little
Orange, like
monster.
the orange?
Yeah, it's spelled the same way, and they're orange colored. Yeah. They're I really like their amps.
So, this one or this? This one. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, so that's it. That's it. I don't hope so.
How could I play it better? Is this a correct? So just the same way, but. Okay.
Yeah, and then you stop it. Yeah. That's getting hot. Anyway, but
If you want to stop, but I could sit here until
you want to do one more? You want to do Smoke on the Water?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So basically now that
Smoke. Just.
Okay. So yeah, it uses the same two strings, and then what you're going to do is with this hand you're going to play two strings at the same time. So it goes open, then 3. You're going to play both frets. I mean both strings. Second, third fret. Good, then
But
5.
I play only this 3.
No, only 2.
1.
2. Only 2 strings. Yeah, all 3
But I put down 4 or just 2.
You only need these 2. Then it goes 0365.
This is not 6.
Yeah, it's 6. Just move closer to the fret, it'll sound better. Third fret, there's no second.
0, 5,
Yeah.
6.
Well, it depends on what part you're playing. It's 035. Oh, you want me to write it for you?
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't bring a pencil. Then 0365.
yeah, no. I know how to play. No.
Well, it'll sound better if you play it on the right strings. Go for it. Go for it.
Shit. 035, 03.
I wrote it right there.
035, 0365. Okay. And then?
Try again. You got it.
I understand. Now I'm officially.
Now you're a bona fide rocker.
Yeah, officially.
The biggest congregation of guitarists ever. I think there were over 10,000 guitarists or something playing this together in Prague in the big square.
part's so cool. The bass part. It's so cool. When it comes in.
And how do you make it dirty and
Oh, with the distortion?
just
We probably want to use this hand. Go for it. That's a third phrase.
shit.
Those last two notes are slower. Last two notes are slower. Bum, bum,
What did I?
bum, 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 bum. They're both goes. So they land off the beat. So it goes, this is the third part. The O 3 3 O. It's off the beat. 3 3.
This is a nice band.
What's that? Yeah, these are organic. Yeah.
No, I mean the end.
Oh,
Wow.
nice end or amp?
And
End. Yeah. Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
Again, once
That's the
again.
classic. Go for it. Go for it. I'm just gonna turn it off so I can open this without bothering Adam.
And what actually what makes it dirty actually?
Distortion. It distorts.
Distortion.
Yeah. It pumps the level. It makes it
Which one is the reverb?
crunch.
This one. I don't have it.
On your Roland, you should have it. Yeah. You
I
have it.
should have it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You have it. It has I think it's called distortion. It has the knobs on top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It has like two. You have to switch channels. I think it switches. You know. Personally, I'm in, full pedals here, because you can't kick the amp while you're playing and get it. This one you kick it. It's much more user friendly. Yeah.
And is there any special thing to do to treat it well? This baby?
Other than cleaning it.
No, cleaning. Okay, I understand. But I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, once.
This is not clean.
Let me take a look at your frets.
This
I mean-
maybe I should change it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, you could get your frets.
I didn't do it
Refurbished.
because I. You mean this one? With the metal stuff?
Take a look, see how they're worn out.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
didn't do that because it was. I had metal money.
Yeah, I mean, it would cost, in the U.S. just to, I just had it done to a guitar, and I really wanted new frets, because I like,
Yeah.
big frets, but it costs about $100 to get them
Yeah.
sanded down. Mhm.
But then. They are like weird.
Yeah, I know. They become small. So if you want to get all new frets, it'll probably cost,
150.
or 150 euros, all new frets. If you do get new frets, I'll write this down for you. Don't get any other fret other than, and a lot of people won't do this. Get stainless steel.
Mhm.
This guitar I had built for me 8 years ago,
And take a look at my frets. You will not see
No.
an ounce of wear and tear in there.
No. Good.
Because stainless steel
It's the strongest.
it's super strong. It lasts forever. So because every time I mean, last time I got stainless steel put on another guitar of mine. It was like $250.
Mhm. Does it make sense to
On that
have,
guitar,
to have no.
$250 frets on. Let me see the guitar.
Yes, does it make sense? It's
It's
another
like putting,
question.
yeah, it's like putting $1,000 tires on like
Yeah.
$100 car. It is not a bad guitar. It's you hear how long I'm able to make those notes for you. Generally that's got some sustain to it. I would definitely. This is a nice guitar.
I was lucky.
Yeah, I mean the way those, and with new frets, everything sounds much more in tune.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you'll tune your guitar and then you take a chord and it's on tune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I sense. I thought.
Yeah, it's the frets.
Ah,
It's frets. Yeah, they have to be positioned just right.
So I will invest that money.
I would, yeah.
Mhm.
For me, I mean, I mean, call me crazy. I go, it doesn't matter. Like the guitar, I never throw away guitar. It's just like, it's like throwing away a child. It's like, it doesn't matter how, what special needs. It's like take care of it. This is a decent instrument.
Good.
It definitely is. I mean, that's the first test you could do. I mean, you can see, it takes, cheap guitars don't sustain.
Huh.
There's just no way to do it with a cheap guitar. That's.
And why?
It's the components, it's the woods, it's expensive woods, the build and everything, and
But to sustain means that it will.
the note rings a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you pick up a $100 guitar, $200 guitar, their sustain is terrible.
Why the wood? Because this sounds, not the wood.
Oh no, this is the whole instrument. It's all connected. It's connected here. It's connected here.
Mm-hmm.
The type of wood,
Mm-hmm.
rosewood. If you took that off, this is ebony. It would sound different. This is a darker, warmer sound.
Mm-hmm.
This type, the neck, everything affects the tone. And the pickups. This is an acoustical instrument. It just happens to be plugged into it. This is a way more acoustical instrument than the organ.
Yeah. Okay.
Think about it. I mean, what is that? It's blowing air through a pipe. But but this, your fingers are getting and affecting the tone. I mean, the quality of your fingers, completely changes the tone.
This is harder than the rosewood is a warmer.
Yeah.
This is cooler.
This kind of has a cleaner and brighter.
Brighter.
Yeah. I went for that on this guitar. It's a subtle difference.
Yeah, you would do.
I kind of like having that right top because if I want to go darker, I just change. I like to do everything naturally. So for example, if I'm like I should. There's my dark tone right there. I'm just playing right here. I can get the sound I want. The pickups and everything. This is just ebony. If you take a chord with a lot of notes in it, with ebony, what I like about it is you could hear each note a little bit clearer. I mean, most people are not going to be able to tell the difference, but
Yeah, but if for somebody who lives a long time.
For me, yeah,
You
possibly,
will.
yeah.
And these ones in this position or some have only two, I don't know.
Yeah, this is called a humbucker. This is
Humbucker,
definitely
yeah.
more aggressive. So this is like for a heavy rock. Whereas this, if you want to play jazz on this guitar, you put it all the way up this way.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
And also, if you close this, that'll give you a darker, that's your tone out. That'll give you a dark, tone for, if you want to play a real traditional old-fashioned jazz on that. That's the closest you're going to get. But yeah, it's definitely it's very much like, it feels like a Stratocaster, Fender Stratocaster. You know Fender Stratocaster? Eugene's got Fender Stratocaster. It's very similar to his guitar. It's definitely, definitely a good find.
Yes.
I can't believe you found it.
Yes, I was so lucky.
I've gotten a couple of free guitars, but they've been given to me. I've never found them.
Yeah, but this was because of this shop.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's awesome.
Really, I could sit there until next week.
Yeah, I got to do a little practice. Maybe
So, yes. Stop that brother shit.